Looking at the Mid-America for October, we saw a bit of a decline. What's going on?
Oh, absolutely, Cindy. The leading economic indicator from our October survey of supply managers in 9 states, stretching from North Dakota, Minnesota to Oklahoma and Arkansas in the South, that index moved below growth neutral for the first time since November of 2009. Now, it's just ever so slightly below growth neutral, but it is below growth neutral. So this is signaling that growth in the months ahead is not good, not likely to be good. And in fact, we're now seeing the regional economy, the economy we survey, is being now negatively affected by the national economic malaise. I won't call it a recession. We economists said the recession ended in June of 2009. For all other human beings, they're saying it did not end. Well, we say it did, so let's call it a malaise. The economic malaise, which began in July of 2009, after the recession ended in June of 2009.
And you say that really not 1 month does a recession make. I mean, we just need to keep an eye on the numbers.
I think so, Cindy. In other words, if the index continues to trend downward, and that would be below growth neutral, and my level of concern would be when the index is now at 49.9. If it got down to 44, 43, then I'm concerned. I would say definitely a recession. Right now, no, at 49.9. That's a rounding issue there. It could round. I guess we could have rounded it up to 50, but that we don't do that. We're more precise than that.
Looking at though the confidence index and inventories, we are seeing there's a hesitation there.
Cindy, on the confidence is down, inventory is down. Of course, inventories are down because they're just not as confident about buying and selling, of course. And then employment was down for the fourth straight month. So we're losing jobs, not at a fast pace. And the job loss, Cindy, is coming in a few states. That would be Missouri, Kansas, and Arkansas. Those states. The other states, of course, that we're seeing North Dakota growing at a very fast pace, record levels of employment in North Dakota. Minnesota's growing pretty well, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Oklahoma. Of course, that leaves the 3 states, Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas, not doing as well. And so it was a mixed picture with 3 states not doing well and the 6 states doing pretty well.
What seems to be the common denominator for the states that are doing well?
I think it's agriculture. Agriculture is still moving ahead at such a very, very solid pace that it's spilling over into other sectors. For example, in Nebraska, Iowa, you've got agricultural equipment manufacturers, the John Deeres. And then you've got the other side, the softer side, the Monsantos. All those businesses are going gangbusters right now, doing very well. Now, I expect some of that growth to be trimmed downwards, even for the states that are agriculturally dominated, but perhaps that's too strong, but reliant. Those states, we're even there we're seeing softer numbers, just not quite as strong. And of course but it's still more positive there, Cindy. It was on the inflation side, for example. This is good news in a sense, less inflationary pressures in the pipeline, but the reason is not good, the economic slowdown. Of course, what this gives, in my judgment, the Federal Reserve is very likely to launch QE3, quantitative easing 3, in December, not in November when they meet tomorrow and the next day on November the 1st and 2nd. What we're likely to see is they'll talk about it, prepare the market for a QE3 in December. So that's what I'm expecting. Of course, QE3, if it is launched, will boost agricultural commodity prices, which would again be good for this part of the country, be good for any energy dependent state. So North Dakota gets a double shot, both energy and agriculture.
What else about this survey or the numbers that you think sort of kind of gives a picture of what we could be seeing in the next few months?
What we're seeing is you may be very strong in Nebraska, but you got to sell someplace. If you're selling in the U.S. domestic economy is weak. Now we're seeing the global economy is slowing, and that includes even China's, but their slow growth would be just gangbusters for us. We're talking about slowing down from 10 to 8 to 7, maybe to 6% growth. And likewise, India and some of the other, what we call the BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, they're still growing. Big issue is going to be South Korea moving forward, but that's more long term, not in these short-term snapshots that we're taking here.
What else do you think we'll be seeing in the next month?
Well, one of the things, Cindy, we ask about holiday buying and how your business is faring in this holiday season. Not good. Up. Business activity up 0.6% from last year. That's just not good. We ask about, do you expect the economy to move back into a recession in 2012? About 1/5, 22%, said yes. Now, we asked the same question last year, that would be in 2010. 1/3 of that, or about 7%, expected us to move into recession in 2011. So clearly, everything is moving, expectations, the economy, moving to a slower pace, but still not a negative pace. So I won't use the term cautiously optimistic. That's what economists are known for. I'm cautiously pessimistic, optimistic. The economy is in a funk. That's all, to use a technical term, not so good. So we'll wait and see if this does turn into a recession. But right now I say not a recession.